Have you ever wondered why some men, even without wealth, power, or luxury, still make women fall deeply in love with them? Why is it that a man who barely has anything can win a woman's heart, while another with money, cars, and status struggles to keep her attention? My friend, the truth might surprise you, because women don't secretly crave money the way most men assume. They crave something much deeper. And if you stay with me until the very end of this video, you'll discover 5 things women love more than money, and I'll share with you 10 powerful suggestions from Marcus Aurelius that can completely transform the way you connect with women. So before we begin, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and most importantly, watch till the end, because what you're about to learn could change your love life forever. The story that reveals the truth. Let me take you back for a moment. Imagine a man named Cassius. Cassius was not wealthy. He didn't wear fine robes or live in a villa filled with gold. He was a soldier, a philosopher at heart who lived with very little. Yet women admired him. They respected him. Some even loved him more deeply than the wealthy nobleman who tried to win them with gifts and promises. What was his secret? Cassius embodied the wisdom of the Stoics, especially Marcus Aurelius. He understood that true attraction isn't bought with gold. It's earned through character, strength, and presence. And that, my friend, is what we're going to break down. 1. Emotional strength over riches. Have you ever been in love, truly in love, with someone, and then life tested that relationship with a storm? Maybe money was tight, maybe stress filled the air, maybe something unexpected shattered the comfort you once had. Do you remember how your partner reacted in that moment? Did they remain calm, strong, and reassuring? Or did they crumble, panic, or lash out? You see, my friend, women secretly love emotional strength far more than riches, because money can buy comfort, but it cannot buy safety. And for a woman, safety isn't just about the walls of a house or the locks on the door. It's about the strength of the man beside her. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this and you will find strength. This is the essence of attraction. A woman knows that life will not always be kind. She knows storms will come, whether it's financial struggles, family problems, or personal losses. And in those storms, she longs for a man who remains steady. Let me tell you a story. There was a man named Darius. He wasn't rich, he worked a simple job, lived in a modest home. But one night, his wife came home crying. She had just lost her position at work. Fear filled her heart. She worried about bills, about security, about the future. Now imagine this moment. How would most men react? Many would panic, raise their voice, or sink into despair. But not Darius. He took her hand, looked her in the eyes, and said calmly, "We will get through this together. You are not alone. I am here." That simple calmness, his emotional strength, meant more to her than any luxury car or pile of gold, because in that moment she felt safe. Women don't love men for their money. They love them for their stability, for the way they can stay grounded when everything else feels like it's falling apart. Think about your own love story. Imagine the person you care for most. If tomorrow life tested you, if you lost money, faced hardship, or fell into chaos, how would you respond? Would you let fear consume you, or would you rise with calm strength? Marcus Aurelius gave us 2 timeless suggestions here. Master your emotions before you try to master the world. Patience is power. Waiting calmly is stronger than reacting wildly. Ask yourself, how different would your relationships be if you practiced this daily? If you became the kind of man who doesn't panic, who doesn't lash out, but who becomes a shelter in the storm? My friend, women may smile at gifts. They may laugh at surprises, but deep down, what they secretly crave most is a man whose strength is not measured by wealth, but by calmness. That is the man she will hold on to for life. 2. Presence and attention over possessions. Do you remember the very first time you fell in love? Not the casual crushes, but the one that made your heart beat differently. Do you remember how you hung onto every word? How just sitting in silence together felt like eternity wrapped in a moment. Now think, what was it that captured you? Was it money? Expensive gifts? Or was it the way that person truly saw you? The way they listened? The way they made you feel like the only person in the room? My friend, women secretly crave that same thing more than any possession. Presence, attention, true focus. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." And if your thoughts are everywhere, worries about money, endless distractions, the glow of a phone screen, you cannot Give her what she longs for most, your undivided attention. Let me tell you a story. There was a man named Julian. He wasn't wealthy. He couldn't shower his girlfriend with jewelry or expensive dinners. But whenever she spoke, he listened. He leaned in, not just with his ears, but with his eyes, with his heart. One evening they sat together under a quiet sky. She was sharing something painful from her childhood. Julian didn't interrupt. He didn't check his phone. He didn't rush to give solutions. He just listened. Tears streamed down her face, and when she looked up at him, she saw no judgment, no distraction, just presence. Years later, she confessed, "Julian, that night meant more to me than any gift you could have bought. Because in that moment, I felt seen. I felt safe. I felt loved." And this is the truth most men miss. You don't need to buy her love. You need to be there. Marcus Aurelius gives us 2 golden suggestions here. Attention is the rarest form of love. Do not waste what remains of your life in imagining the intentions of others. Stay present. Think about this for a moment. When was the last time you were with someone you love and gave them your entire focus? Not half listening, not scrolling, not planning what to say next. Just being there. Ask yourself honestly, if the woman you love had to choose between a man who gives her gifts, but no presence, or a man who offers no gifts but total presence, which one would she choose? Presence is power. Presence is wealth. Because in a world where everyone is distracted, the one who can look her in the eyes and make her feel like she matters, more than anything, that man becomes unforgettable. My friend, possessions fade. Gifts lose their shine. But the memory of being truly seen, truly heard, that lasts forever. And that more than money is what women secretly crave. 3. Purpose over wealth. If all your money disappeared tomorrow, if your car, your house, your bank balance were stripped away, what would remain? Who would you be without those possessions? Because here's the truth most men don't realize. A woman doesn't fall in love with your money. She falls in love with your direction, your mission, your sense of purpose. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Notice he didn't say earn more or collect more or own more. He said be. Be the man with a compass, with a vision, with a reason to wake up every morning. Let me tell you a story. There was a man named Lucius. He wasn't born into riches. He didn't inherit land or wealth. What he had, though, was a fire inside him, a dream to become a healer. He worked tirelessly, learning medicine, helping the sick, and dedicating his life to easing the suffering of others. Now, women saw Lucius. He didn't drive fine horses or wear golden rings, but they noticed something rarer, his purpose. And here's the secret: purpose is magnetic. One woman later confessed, "I could have chosen a man with wealth, but wealth fades." Lucius had a mission that would outlive him. Being by his side meant I wasn't just living, I was part of something greater. This is what women secretly crave. They don't want a man who spends his life chasing only comfort. They want a man who chases meaning. Marcus Aurelius left us 2 powerful suggestions here. A man's worth is no greater than the worth of his ambitions. Stop wandering about. Keep only what is essential. Think about your own life. What do you wake up for? What do you sacrifice for? Do you have a mission that makes your heart burn with passion? Or are you drifting, living day by day with no direction? Here's the thing, my friend. Money can attract interest, but purpose attracts loyalty. A woman may enjoy wealth for a season, but she will stay with a man whose vision gives her hope for the future. Let me ask you, if the love of your life looked at you right now, could she say, "This man is going somewhere. His path inspires me. I want to walk it with him"? Or would she see someone wandering without meaning? Because when you live with purpose, you don't need to chase love. Love finds you. Women feel it. They feel the strength in your steps, the fire in your voice, the certainty in your choices. Money builds walls, but purpose builds empires. And that, more than riches, is what women secretly love. 4. Integrity over status. Have you ever trusted someone deeply, only to discover later that their words and actions didn't match? Think about how that felt. That sudden drop in your stomach. That heartbreak of realizing that status, wealth, or charm couldn't cover a broken truth. Now turn it around. Imagine someone in your life, maybe a partner, maybe a friend who never lied to you, never betrayed you, never broke their word. Think about the peace you felt with them, that sense of safety. That, my friend, is why women secretly value integrity over status. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Simple words, but the foundation of trust. And without trust, even the tallest tower of wealth collapses. Let me tell you a story. There was a Roman merchant named Septimus. He wasn't the wealthiest man in the city, but he was well respected. One day he was offered a deal that could have made him rich beyond measure. But there was a catch. The deal involved cheating the poor, deceiving them for profit. Septimus refused. He said, "Gold that stains my soul is worth nothing." He walked away. Many mocked him for it. They said, "You're a fool. Status is everything." But here's the twist. Years later, when others fell because of their greed, Septimus was still standing. His business survived not because of gold, but because people trusted him, and women admired him not for his possessions, but because he lived by his word. This is what women secretly crave: a man who stands firm in his values, a man whose soul isn't for sale, because wealth can buy admiration, but only integrity can build respect. Marcus Aurelius gives us 2 golden suggestions here. Live as if you were already the man you wish to be. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Ask yourself in your own love story, would your partner say you are a man of integrity? Do your actions match your words? If you promise something, does she know she can trust you without doubt, without question? Because here's the truth. Women can admire status, but status without integrity is empty. It's a mask. And masks always fall. But when she sees integrity, when she sees honesty, when she sees that you would rather lose money than lose your soul, then she feels safe. She feels she has found something unshakable. Think about it. Which man will a woman stay with? The one who dazzles her with wealth but breaks her trust, or the one who may have little, but whose honesty is priceless? Integrity is the foundation of love. It is the currency that never devalues. And that, more than status, is what women secretly love. Emotional connection over luxury. Do you remember the very first time you felt truly connected to someone? Not just attracted, not just interested, but connected. Maybe it was the way they held your hand. Maybe the way they laughed at your jokes. Maybe the way they listened when no one else cared. That feeling, the invisible thread between 2 souls, is something no money in the world can buy. And this, my friend, is why women secretly value emotional connection over luxury. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to love." Notice what he put there. Not gold, not possessions, not status, but love. Because love, when it's rooted in connection, is the most precious privilege of all. Let me tell you a story. There was a man named Elias. He wasn't wealthy. He lived in a modest home and worked a simple job. But with the woman he loved, he built something richer than gold: connection. Every night after long days, Elias and his wife would sit by the small fire in their home. They didn't need fine dinners or glamorous clothes. They just talked. They shared their fears, their dreams, their laughter. And in those moments, she felt more joy, more intimacy, more fulfillment than any luxury could ever give her. Years later, when asked why she loved him so deeply, she said, "Because when I am with Elias, I feel understood. I feel safe. I feel like I belong. That's worth more than all the jewels in Rome. And isn't that what we all secretly want? To be loved for who we are, not for what we can buy, but for what we can give emotionally, spiritually, and deeply." Marcus Aurelius gives us 2 timeless suggestions here. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together. Emotional connection is built on the quality of your thoughts, the way you choose to love, to forgive, to show up. It's built when you accept the gift of the people in your life. And instead of wishing for more wealth, you cherish the bond you already have. Ask yourself, in your love story, are you building connection, or are you hiding behind distractions? Gifts and luxuries? Do you spend more time buying things or building moments? Because here's the truth, luxury fades. Expensive cars grow old. Designer clothes go out of style. But the memory of the night you held her when she was broken, that never leaves her heart. The way you listened when no one else cared, that becomes priceless. Women may enjoy luxury, yes, but what they crave, what they hold on to, is connection. Because at the end of the day, emotional closeness is the treasure money can never buy. And that, my friend, is why women secretly value it above all. Final thoughts. My friend, women may enjoy money, but what they secretly love more is your emotional strength when storms come, your presence and attention when they speak, your purpose that gives life meaning, your integrity that builds trust, and your emotional connection that no wealth can match. Marcus Aurelius showed us that these are the true treasures of life, and if you master them, women will love you not for your money, but for who you are. So don't just chase wealth. Build character, build presence, build purpose. That is the kind of man who becomes unforgettable. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.